Hi and welcome back to my channel. My name is Ivona from Healthy Back Pilates, and today we're doing an evening Pilates class, meaning we're going to be doing lots of stretching, we're going to be working on some mobility, and also we're going to focus on releasing the tension from the neck and the shoulders. So you're going to need two towels for this and your mat, and let's begin. So we're going to start on your hands and knees. You want to make sure your hands are right underneath your shoulders and your knees are underneath your hips, and the inside of the elbows are pointing inwards. We're going to start with some mobility. So as you inhale, I want you to lift the sit bones up, lengthen the spine, look forward, release the tension between the eyebrows, and then as you exhale, tuck your tailbone under and round that back, draw the chin to the chest and open your shoulder blades. And again, so as you inhale, we're going to lift the sit bones up, lengthen the spine, look forward. And then exhale, tuck your tailbone under, round your back, chin to chest. Let's do this 2 more times. So inhale to lengthen. And exhale, round your back. So work with the breath, move with the breath. Feel that spine moving. Notice where the restrictions are. And then round your back. And then inhale, find a neutral tabletop-like position. And then you're going to stretch your right leg back behind you. Slide your right leg across. And then look towards that right big toe. Just getting a stretch to that right side of your body. Breathe. Good, one more breath. And then slowly release and stretch your left leg back. Slide that foot across and look towards your left foot and hold and breathe. Good, one more breath. And then bring it back in. And then from here, tuck your toes under, reach the sit bones up to the ceiling, keep your knees bent to start with, and then press into the arms, get your chest as close to the thighs as possible. You're gonna inhale through the nose. And exhale, take a sigh out. And again, inhale through the nose. And exhale, take a sigh out. One more time, big breath in. And exhale, take a sigh out. Good. And then from here, start pedaling your feet. So you're going to extend into that left leg. And then you're going to switch, lower that right heel down and extend that right leg. And just a couple more like that. So marching on the spot. And don't worry if you can't straighten the legs, it doesn't matter. What matters is that your lower back is nice and long, so we don't want to be rounding your spine. We really want to reach those sit bones up to the ceiling. And then just marching on the spot, try to get that stretch into the calf. Good, one more time. Good, and then from here we're going to lower the knees down to the floor. We're going to release the toes back, walk your hands forward, and then release the forehead down, sink the chest down to the floor. If you feel any tension into the arms, you can always lower the elbows down towards the mat. We're just going to hold for another 5 breaths. So we're going to inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Big breath in. Breath out. One more breath. And then place one hand underneath your shoulder, then the other, and push yourself up. You're going to thread that right arm under, try to release your shoulder down, and then if you can, stretch your left arm forward. And then draw those ribs in and hold this stretch for a couple of breaths, stretching the back of your right arm, releasing the tension into the floor. Good, one more breath. Then place your left hand underneath your shoulder, push yourself up, switching side, left arm slides under, right arm reaches forward, head on the floor, and hold and breathe. Shift the weight into the left leg a little bit more. Good, one more breath. Then place your right hand down, push yourself up. And then from here we're gonna lie down on our front. Now you might need those towels. So actually I should have said that earlier, grab those towels. And we're gonna fold the towel. I'm gonna place it underneath your head. You're gonna stretch your right arm out to the side. Palm presses down and your hand is in line with your shoulder. Then you're gonna place your head on the towel and then you stretch your left leg back. You can even lift the knee up and then left arm reaches up and slightly back. And you should feel a stretch in front of the right shoulder into the chest. And we're just gonna stretch into the pecs, your chest muscles, breathe. These muscles can be very tight. So make sure you're breathing deeply, releasing any tension on the out breath. Just take one more breath. We're gonna release. Switching side, extend your left arm out to the side, palm is pressing down and make sure the hand is in line with your shoulder. Then you're gonna roll yourself over onto that left arm. Top leg goes behind the line of the spine and a right arm goes up and back to open up the chest. Hold and breathe. Good, take one more deep breath in. And then as you exhale, we're gonna roll onto your belly. And now push the pillow or the towel, push the towel to one side. We're gonna have your legs as wide as the mat and your arms come forward, palms facing down. Forehead to the mat. We're gonna inhale, as you exhale, press the pubic bone down, slide your hands towards your chest and lift your chest off the floor. Pull the shoulders down and just stretch in to the front line of the body. Inhale to hold and then exhale, release back down. So now if this feels painful in your lower back, I want you to just lift your chest a few inches off the floor, maybe there, and then release back down. So decrease the range of movement if you need, if you feel any tension in your lower back. If your lower back is okay with that, you can come up a little bit higher just to stretch the front line of the body. Let's do 2 more. Breath in, breath out, reach the crown of the head forward and up. Lift the chest up, inhale and exhale. And last time, breath in, breath out, reach the crown of the head forward and up. Lift the chest up, shoulders down. And then exhale, good. And then place your hands underneath your forehead, walk your legs in and just rock your hips from side to side. Then bend your right knee, lift that right thigh off the floor and you're gonna go up and over. It's almost like you're trying to touch the floor with that right big toe, but you're not going to. Your belly is still pointing down towards the floor. Your upper body is centered. And you're just gonna hold and breathe into your back. Take one more breath. Release. We switch legs, so bend your left knee, lift the thigh off the floor and you go up and over like this. Stretching out the hip. You might feel this in your back as well. Remember, I'm not twisting my head. I'm looking down to the floor and just enjoying the stretch into my hip. Take a one more breath. And then release. Good. Place the hands underneath your shoulders, push yourself up, and we're going to take a child's pose. So you're going to sit down onto the heels, tuck your tailbone under, stretch your arms forward. Breathe. Then you're going to walk your arms over to your right side. Stretch your left arm a little bit further forward than your right. Keep your bum down and heavy on the heels and just hold it there and breathe. You want to breathe into the left side of the ribcage a little bit more than the right. Then we go back to the center. We walk the arms over to the other side, reaching your right arm a little bit further forward than the left. Breathe into the right side of the ribcage now. Take a one more deep breath. And then very slowly come back to the center and walk your hands in. Come on up. We're going to stretch your wrists and your forearms. So you're going to turn your fingertips backwards and you place your hands down, pull your shoulder blades down and back and breathe. If you have super hypermobile elbows, you might want to actually bend the elbows to get the stretch into the forearms and your wrist. Okay? And then breathe there for me. Really spread your fingers nice and wide. Good, and then release, and then we're going to roll the wrist. Change direction. Good, and then interlace the fingers, stretch the forearms forward, and round your back. Take a one more deep breath in. And then as you exhale, lift the arms up to the ceiling, tuck your toes under if you can, and stretch the back of your toes, back of the foot. One more breath. And then exhale, relax the arms. Now your right arm goes underneath your left arm, and then you can bind the arms like so. Lift the elbows, pull the shoulders down, and stretch the back of the shoulder blades. Breathe. Good, we're gonna release, open the arms. Now left arm goes underneath your right arm. Bind the arms. And then lift the elbows up, pull the shoulder blades down. Breathe. Good, relax the arms and roll your shoulders back and roll your shoulders forward. Beautiful. Good, then one more time we're going to go in back into the downward facing dog. So lift the sit bones up, keep your knees bent, press into the arms, get the chest as close to the knees as possible. Take a breath in, take a breath out. And again, inhale. Exhale, take a sigh out. Good, last time, breath in. And on the next exhale, try to straighten the legs a little bit without tucking your tailbone under. Now as you inhale, you're gonna lift that right leg up. And then as you exhale, we're going into the pigeon pose. So your right knee goes behind your right wrist, flex your right foot and try to walk your left leg back. Now don't worry if the buttock doesn't go down to the floor. You can take your towel and you can tuck it underneath that right sit bone. Now inhale, lengthen the spine up, find that extension. And then as you exhale, if you can, you go down onto the forearms. If you cannot, you stay on your hands. If this position hurting your knee, you're gonna get out of that position. And maybe leave this stretch out for now. So this shouldn't be hurting your knee. You should feel this in your buttock. Keep pulling your shoulder blades down and make sure you're not doing this. Not dropping your head down. I see that all the time. Make sure the head and the neck stays in line with the rest of the spine. Keep breathing. Tune into your body. Internal focus. Good, just take one more breath. And then from here, hands underneath your shoulders, lift up, stretch that right leg back and just bounce into that right heel to release any tension from your leg. Good, and then we're gonna go back into that downward facing dog. So lead with your hips, so your hips go up. Then press into the arms and then start pedaling out your feet to release any tension, to stretch your calves. Good. Nice. And then inhale. As you exhale, try to straighten the legs as best you can. Then inhale, left leg goes up to the ceiling. And then bend that knee, bring that left shin forward, left knee behind your left wrist. Stretch your right leg back. You can come up into the fists, lengthen the spine up, pull the shoulders down, find that extension in your back. And then as you exhale, maybe if you can, you go down onto the forearms. If you cannot, you stay on your hands. If the bum doesn't go onto the floor, you can tuck the pillow underneath your hip if you like. And just hold and breathe. Remember not to collapse with the head. Stay present with your breath. Good, take one more breath. And then slowly we're gonna push ourselves up. And one last time, stretch that left leg back. Stretch into the heel of the foot, stretch into the calf. And we're gonna one more time lift your hips up, back into that downward facing dog. Take one more breath there. And then as you exhale, release the knees down to the mat. We're gonna take a child's pose again, but this time turn the palms up and stretch forward. Breathe. Then turn the palms down, slide your hands towards your knees and slowly come up. And we're gonna come up into kneeling position. So we're gonna step your right foot forward and we're gonna do a little tug with the pelvis. So drawing the pubic bone to the belly button and then leaning forward. That's it. From here, inhale the arms up to the ceiling and maybe look up. Hold and breathe. If you can't feel the stretch, walk your right foot forward a little bit more and then lean forward even more. Hold and breathe. And then we release. We stretch your right leg forward, flex your foot. And then from the hip, hinge forward. And then hopefully you get your hands down to the floor. If you can't, Bend the knee, get your hands down to the floor, and make sure you straighten the spine. So what we don't want to do is rounding the back. We want to keep that spine long, even if you need to bend that knee. Keep pulling your shoulders down. Right hip draws back, left hip comes slightly forward. And then from here, we're going to rotate your leg out. So the leg rotating in the hip socket out to the side, bring it back to the center, and then it slightly rotates in. And back to the center. So the leg rotates out, so think about me. The leg goes 2 o'clock, back to the center, 12 o'clock, and then 10 o'clock. And then back to the 12, and we go 2 o'clock, back to the 12, 10 o'clock, back to 12 last time. External rotation. Make sure you're not just moving your foot. The movement comes from that thigh bone. Good. And then slowly release. Point your toes. Stretch. And then we're going to slide that foot in. And let's switch legs. So come into kneeling position. Step that left foot forward. Do a little tuck with your pelvis, so drawing the pubic bone to the belly button, and then we lean forward. Go to the point when you start to feel a stretch in the front of the right hip, and then inhale the arms up to the ceiling, and you can look up. So tiny back bend is fine. And we're just going to hold and breathe, opening and stretching the hip flexors on the right side. Your tongue should be in the upper palate. Good, one more breath. And then we release. So we're going to stretch that left leg, flex the foot, and then you're going to hinge from the hips to try to get the hands down to the floor. Again, avoid any roundness in the upper back. If you need to, you can bend the knee. Left hip draws back, right hip draws forward. Shoulders pulling back and down. Then we're going to rotate the leg out in the hip socket, back to the center, and we rotate the leg in. Back to 12 o'clock, and we go 10 o'clock, 12, and 2 o'clock. Back to 12 and 10 o'clock. So rotating the leg out, back to 12 and 2 o'clock. 2 more times. And last time. Good, and then release, slide that foot in. Lovely. And then from here, we're gonna lie on your side. You're gonna need your pillow. Sorry, not pillow, your towel. Fold it. If you know your shoulders are quite tight or you have pain in your shoulders, you're gonna use 2 towels on top of each other. And we're going to do exercise called lazy angel. So you're gonna be lying on your side. Your head is on the towel, knees up, and top shoulder relax. And then you're gonna inhale, you reach your top arm forward. And then as you exhale, the arm goes over the head. You're looking up towards the fingertips. And then your ribs rotate around your spine. And you draw a big circle around the body. And then you come back to the center. And we're gonna repeat that. So inhale, reach forward. And then exhale, arm goes over the head. And you're following your fingertips with your eyes. So you're looking up to the ceiling. And then the ribs rotate around the spine. Circle the arm. And come back. So make sure the head stays heavy on the towels or on the pillow. You don't want to be lifting the head up and tensing your neck muscles. Good, so a little bit more mobility for the upper back, your neck and your shoulders. Let's do one more circle here. And let's reverse the circle. So we're going down first, then out to the side, over the head, and then we're coming back. And again, reach forward and circle round. And back, 2 more. And last one, reach, circle, and back to the center. Good, push yourself up. We're gonna switch sides. So head heavy, top shoulders relax, and then inhale, reach the top arm forward. And then as you exhale, circle the arm, make sure you're looking up, 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 up with your eyes, following the fingertips. And then down and around and coming back. Let's do that again. So we inhale, reach. Exhale to circle. And back. If you don't have space at home, you can place the fingertips on top of the shoulders. You can draw big circles with your elbow. That's fine too. Let's do 2 more. And last one. And we change direction, so we're going down and around, over the head, and back. And 2 more circles. And last one, reach. Exhale, circle. And back to the center. Good, well done. Push yourself up. And we finish off with a nice reset position for your neck and your lower back. So you're gonna take your towel and you're gonna fold it like this. Like this. So that's towel number 1. And then we got towel number 2. So we're gonna roll it like so. And these towels gonna support the curvatures of our spine, the lordotic curvatures. So the one underneath the neck and then the one in the lower back. So what we're gonna do, this is going to be for my neck and this towel is going to be for my lower back. So the towel goes into the curve of the neck and then my second towel goes into the curve of my lower back. Then I'm gonna stretch my legs and then turn the palms up to the ceiling, draw the chin to the chest and try to relax the bottom ribs down towards the mat. Close your eyes and we're just gonna stay here for a couple of minutes. So just really tuning to your body and try to completely surrender, completely relax the weight of your bones into the floor. You don't need to do anything. Just stay focused on your breath. And allow the body to reset by itself. If your mind wanders away from the breath, bring it back on the breath. Try to stay internally focused on the breath. Stay in the present moment. Letting go of any expectations, anything shoots or any worries. Just try to be present for at least 3 breaths. And then slowly to come out of this position, you bend your knees. And then you're gonna roll over onto one side. And from your side, you're gonna push yourself up. Good, and then you're gonna be seated in a cross-legged position. If your hips are stiff, you're gonna take your pillows or take the towel and sit up on the towel. Good, and then from here we're going to interlace the fingers, and I always like to finish with some traction exercises. So we're going to inhale to lengthen the spine, and then as you exhale, you're going to draw the navel into the spine. You're going to squeeze your glutes, and you're going to push the ceiling away from you with your arms. Inhale. Exhale, draw the navel into the spine, squeeze your bum, push that ceiling away from you. Good. One last time. Breath in, breath out, squeeze your bum, draw the navel in, push the ceiling away. Good. And then release, circle the wrist. And you're done. Good. Well done, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you share with a friend, subscribe to my channel to see more content, and like the video. Have a lovely evening, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.